That's fine.
Oh, really?
No worries.
Yes.
You work with St. John's for the love of
Right?
I work there in
Hi, my name is Joni Rupel, and I met Mari Donaldson at St. John the Apostle Catholic Church in the 1980s. I was there working at the Child Care Center, and Mari was a prominent person you'd see in the hallways and at the parish office all the time. And what I remember about Mari the most is nothing was impossible for her to accomplish. If there was a hump, she would figure out a way to get over the hump. And she was just not very big in stature, but very big in motivation and getting things done. And I was still becoming a person who was learning how to volunteer and be shaped by that, with the things like Care Corps and food pantries and things like that. And she was an excellent role model for someone like me as a young mother to see how the system works and to be motivated to continue to learn more and to get better at helping people. And I thank her for giving me that.
Forgot about that step.
I don't know if you told all that stuff.
You probably did. Okay, here you go.
Sorry.
Hi. Can you hear me? What? No? Everybody hear me?
No, mic's not on.
Mic's not on. Well,
Okay, now try.
now can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Marianne.
And I'm Holly.
All right, and you have no idea how absolutely amazing this is for us to see all the clients, the seniors here being served. It's just beautiful. My mother, Mari Donaldson, had this idea long time ago. I know that y'all have, did you tell me 30 years? Is that right now?
Since 1981 is when
Right.
it became a
81.
nonprofit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it started before that, and the reason it did, well, I wanted to start by telling you first, when my mother passed away, I told her before she passed away that she was my hero, and she was shocked. I said, what? You don't know that you're my hero? And so I decided I would be sure I tell everybody, which is why I'm telling you now that she was my hero. The way this started, my father was at HEB Hospital, correct? Mm-hmm. And she was talking with the social service director there, and the lady was telling her, it was a nurse, right?
Beth Cochran.
Beth Cochran, mm-hmm. telling her that they had these services available for seniors, but they couldn't get them there. And my mother said, well, that's crazy. It's available, how do we get them there? So she talked to Presbyterian Church. She had $50 and a phone line. And she came here, and she started by finding people to volunteer to take people to their doctor's appointments or to go and get their medications. And look where it is. It's just amazing. Yeah, it's just amazing.
1981.
And then in 1981, it incorporated as a nonprofit. And it was just her and some volunteers before that. But I know she's watching, and she's just thrilled. What else do you have to say? Mari's kids?
So Mari's kids became what we decided, my sister and I started. I'm going to give you a brief description of how it started. She and I were attending church.
She can't hear you.
Okay. Marianne and I were attending Mass at St. George's one day, and the priest was giving the sermon.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt first. First of all, I hardly ever went to church, but she talked me into going that day, so I think it was meant to be.
So Father Two was giving his sermon in the aisle, and he stopped, and I could have swore he looked right at us and said, your mom said that they needed help in their food bank, that he was having to do the serving and that it was difficult for him to find the time for that. So she and I looked at each other and said, did you just hear Mom? And yes. She said, you girls need to be doing something. So we started working at the food bank at Good Shepherd. And
St. George's.
St. George's. And a couple of years into it, the priest asked us to become parishioners. He wanted his parishioners to run the food bank, and I'm a parishioner at Good Shepherd, and I did not want to leave, and Marianne did not want to join, so he told us we were being kicked out of being volunteers. We got fired.
We got
for being
fired for volunteers.
Yes. And we were very distraught about it because we had made a lot of good friends in the neighborhood, and the majority of them were homeless that were living in that community. And so one of the homeless individuals that we were serving told us about a gentleman who came to the park at Sylvania Park, and that he would make a hot meal for them on Saturdays. So after our very last day, we decided we would drive down, because we had been telling our husbands and brothers that we were going to the homeless. Since they couldn't come to us, we were going to them. Well, it didn't go over well. They were not happy about us thinking about going to the park by ourselves. So we went down, and Pastor Gary was there, and he was fixing a big pot of corn chowder, and we walked up and introduced ourselves and said, you know, we'd like to come and help. And he said, I'd ask God to send me some angels, and here you are. So we knew that it was right. I think I cried all the way home. And so that was 5 years ago, and that began Mari's Kids. So since our husbands and brothers did not want us out in the homeless camp by ourselves,
They have to
joined
go
us.
with us.
They joined us. They joined us. So we started by just putting bags of food together, and it has grown. We now have several friends from Catholic Charities where I work that join us. We have several friends from Good Shepherd. And each of us have our own little portion. Like Marianne is responsible for...
You're taking my job away now.
She does the bags of toiletries. I do the bags of food. We have friends who do socks. We have my brother Bill and his wife Debbie do coffee and bread. So each of us have a different type of organization that we bring to the community. So it is just a passion. We love it. We know our mother is watching over us and very happy, and we know she's here today. That was a photo of her, if you didn't notice it, when you walked in at the table. That was Mari. And so we're just so proud to be her kids and to try to walk in her big, giant footsteps.
Yep.
Yes.
That it?
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay.
Two of them.
I hadn't
This
seen
one
her.
and one in that.
She's not feeling well.
Oh, we're going to put two.
I have lotion and socks.
One of those. One of those.
Okay. And then
Pass it to Taylor.
okay. All right.
And then we'll start a new.
Hi, my name is Kay Schmulligan. I am a Mid-Cities Care Corps volunteer and have been since 1997 when I moved to Grapevine and saw a small little sentence in our church bulletin saying Mid-Cities Care Corps needed drivers. I personally thought that would be a great way to learn my way around the area. And it has, because I've been driving and helping out with Mid-Cities Care Corps ever since. One of the first persons that I met when I started volunteering was Mari Donaldson. She made a huge impression on me as a person who had a calling to volunteer. She never stopped volunteering, she never stopped guiding volunteers, and she never stopped supporting Mid-Cities Care Corps because she believed in the mission. Over the years, that mission has developed into providing hope, help, and health for our community and our senior volunteers. Her children have kept her mission going. They are a proud, proud group of kids, adults, who continue in her volunteer mission. Mari was a very assertive woman for her time, and there were many state representatives who used to say when they saw Mari coming, they would go the other way because they knew that she was on a mission and she wouldn't stop until she got it. We are a proud organization who support our seniors, and we are proud to continue in her legacy.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy, the skies are bright. You love me, no dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.